Hi, and welcome back. I'm here with Stephen Poulos from the Watauga County Parks and Recreation. He's the director. Hi, thanks for coming on.
Pleasure meeting you.
So what's going on over at the Parks and Recreation?
There's lots happening at Parks and Recreation. We're a busy place. We just finished up our, I guess the big thing Mom and Dads want to know is, I know school starts tomorrow here in Watauga County on Tuesday, and folks are like getting back in town like, oh man, I didn't sign my kid up for soccer and football, and is it too late? It is not too late. I can't promise you that you will be on your, if you're a Blowing Rock or Bethel kid, that you will be on that team in that area. But I can tell you there's opportunities to play. It's just a matter of your choice. Sometimes it works out, you can be with your classmates. Sometimes it doesn't, because the deadline was a couple weeks ago. But if we can work with you, and I always tell folks, right now there's one high school here in Watauga, so they all go to school together. So it's an opportunity to maybe meet some friends before you go have that point. And of course, sometimes being a community our size, people they may know somebody from a different school district for their church or their friends or related or whatever as far as that goes. So the biggie is that, and then the other pressing need currently is we need volunteer youth soccer coaches. It's a great opportunity to be involved with youth, and it looks good on your if you're a younger student or something, it looks good on your resume that you volunteer coach. But if you want to get back to the kids and coach, we'd love to have it as 3 days a week. Usually Monday through Fridays after 5, and then Saturday mornings is usually our big day as far as games and practices and all that type of stuff. So that's the biggie right now. Then we have, of course, we always need soccer officials, and I always tell people, contrary to popular belief, we do train our officials. So we do have a clinic. Eric Johnson, whose boys both played at Watauga High School back in the day and played collegiately, is our clinic leader and does a great job. It's Sunday, September 7th, and then we do scrimmages because, when you officiate, you got to go to class, and you got to go through the rule book and learn. But until you get on the field and actually do it, it's just two different parts of this whole thing. And some people really understand the rules but can't apply them, and back and forth. And officiating is not an easy thing to do. I'm a varsity high school football official myself. I love it. And a lot of people get involved, but not everybody can officiate. Some people come out there and it's just not their thing. If you're a college student or a high school student and you're looking to make a little extra money, and you need to put some gas in the car, you're not going to pay any big bills with it, but it gives you some side money to pay, and get out there and you get involved. And I've seen folks literally, no matter what sport they call, grow up. Because you got to mature. Because when people are on you and you're getting fussed at a little bit here and there and everything, but honestly, you read all this stuff about officials and all that. We've been pretty fortunate. There is sometimes, it's the nature of the game. Some people are going to, call out things and all that, and we work with you on how to deal with, stress and difficult situations and all those type of things. So if you want to officiate anything, whether it's soccer, football, basketball, volleyball, whatever the case may be, we can put you in the right direction. I know people that have started with us are now doing collegiate ball, different levels, and some are doing high school, and the whole 9 yards. So, but you got to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. And the recreation leagues across state, I always tell people, if you're in college, earlier you mentioned we're from the same down east, Harnett County and Cumberland County. If you leave here and you've got some officiating, you could maybe go to your local Parks and Recreation or local group and say, hey, I officiated, and can I work back home and type of thing. So there's that.
That sounds like a lot of fun
to
be able
absolutely.
to do that, and you can apply it anywhere.
Well, yes, you can. Yeah. Absolutely.
And how long have you been with Parks
I've been
and
with the
Recreation?
department 22 years. I started June of '92, and I was assistant athletic director. And Deb Wynn was my boss, my director, and think the world of Deb. And then she retired, I guess, about 11 years ago now. So I've been director. I was fortunately the commissioners and the county manager promoted me to director, and I've been director ever since then. And I love what I do. Get up in the mornings, and it's a great place to work. Very fulfilling. When you got Special Olympics and kids playing ball, summer camp. We got our pool, our water aerobics program. I walk in there and see these folks in there. They got pacemakers, and they've had knees and hips replaced. And to see them in there jumping around or trying to lose weight, or one guy came in one time a few months ago and he had to have surgery. They said you can't have surgery, you lose some weight. So part of this program was, of course, he watched what he ate, but he started coming to the pool because when he was walking, it was bothering his back and his knees too much and his hips. So when he got in the water, the buoyancy of the water, this helped him lose weight. So to see that kind of stuff on there is very worthwhile job, and I really enjoy what we do. The facilities, people. I went to work Saturday. We were giving out football equipment to the football players, and I looked over the Todd lot, and there was a birthday party going on, you know, and the place was packed, and the kids were jumping around on the stuff, and that's just, you know, that's what it's all about, to see the kids and the parents and everybody participating, walking. You know, the Greenway Trail is really the town of Boone. We don't do the Greenway Trail, but I mean, you know, on a pretty day, you know, the place is packed, you know, which is awesome to see people walking, running, riding their bikes, doing all these different activities is just tremendous, because, you know, if you want to keep moving, you know what is it, the move more, eat less movement. But you know, if you want to get out there and stay active and get exercise and go swimming at the pool or whatever, you know, we hopefully will provide that service for you.
Well, it definitely sounds like you have the passion for it.
Oh yeah, it's
and I enjoy your job.
And I got a great staff. You know, the you know, down here, you know, when you get to where I'm at, a lot of times I'm doing administrative things, and then you got to have the folks and like John Forrest and Ethan Carter at the pool. You know, Ethan's our newest employee, full-time employee. He's been part-time, but he's been promoted to full-time. They run the pool. And then we have Holly Gates and Paul Krause and Nate Harrington, another new employee, are in athletics and do the summer camps. Karen Poteet does Special Olympics and special programs, and she's tremendous. And then the office doesn't run without Amy Parsons and Sharon Greer up front, administrative assistant, paying the bills and the vouchers. And then Amy is, when you call the office and we'll know something, she passes you on to the folks. So, you know, we got a great staff, and it's not about, you know, it ain't about me, it's about we. You know, we work together hard and try to do the best job we can to provide a safe and quality program that the kids. And you know, we're for you know, if there's a child out there that, no offense, is not the most talented athlete, but they love to play basketball, soccer. You know, we're there for that, for them, to help them to play. You know, and if it's the better athlete or whatever, we try to provide a well-rounded program for all the kids to get them active and involved. Because, you know, you don't have to be. I've got a good friend. He's the Johnny Manuel. He's associate editor for Baseball America. Poor Johnny couldn't walk and chew gum. He loved baseball, but he was a stat guru, and now he's associated for Baseball America. He's been on MLB Network, and he's been on ESPN, and he does radio broadcasts. And I mean, he's, you know, baseball. He works at Durham Athletic Park. He overlooks the Durham Athletic Park every day when he goes to work. So, you know, it's awesome. You know, for a guy that couldn't play, you know, wanted to play, but just wasn't athletic and wasn't good enough. Period. But now he's created his life is working on baseball. And otherwise, so, you know, just because you're maybe not the stud, who cares? I mean, you know, let's go out there and play, enjoy yourselves, and see where it goes. That's
one thing I always liked about Parks and Recreation when I was growing up, because I love softball, and I mean, I can't hit the broadside of a barn, but I love to play, and so I have the heart for it, and I tried really hard. And so, speaking of that, is there anything at the Parks and Recreation for me?
For adults?
For me,
sure,
I want to play. Can I play?
The way we look at things, if you're 16 and over and you reside in Watauga County, we have adult athletics. Currently, we got fall softball, which is co-ed, and we have men's league. And they just started up last week. If you want to play and you missed the deadline, just come by the office. We'll give you a captain sheet and a schedule, and you can get up with people and see if they need players. We got co-ed volleyball right around the corner. Then in the wintertime, we do adult basketball. We do offer women's league. Normally doesn't make, but we do have a men's league. And then we also run men's and women's volleyball. We hadn't had men's league in a while, but we have enough women where we basically have an A league and a B league. And also with volleyball, every Friday night, if you go to Old Cove Creek, from 7 to 10 for $1, it's free play open volleyball. And there's a solid core, about 12, 15, 20 people to show up, you know, pretty consistently. And people go down there and you just play volleyball. You just go in there and just pick up volleyball, 16 over, and then in the springtime again, we'll go back to the fall. We'll go to baseball. So there is, I mean, softball, not baseball, softball. And we have different leagues, you know, the upper level plays up here. And then again, if the team out there and they just want to have fun, I know this year Watauga Medical Center put a team in first year, and they were out there practicing and evidently had a great time playing softball. So we do have adults, we have stuff, you know, and even you go to the other end of the spectrum. 2 weeks ago, I walked in the pool and we were running our parent infant, our parent toddlers. There was like 3 months old in the, 6 month old in the pool with their parents, you know, and getting comfortable with the water and the parents and all that. And it was a great class. And we also do adult swimming. I often tell people that I think everybody in the world needs to learn how to swim. You never know when there's a flood, a drowning situation. One of my stories I tell is Joe McKnight, who was a professional football player, was running back for Kansas City Chiefs years ago, and was a tremendous running back. He was at a picnic and there was a drowning situation, and Joe McKnight jumped in, saved the kids, and he drowned because he couldn't swim. And so you got a guy who is a professional athlete who's one of the top 5% of the world athletically and in shape and all that, but he could not swim. So I think it's we do have adult swim, whether you're trying to swimming, you want to work on your stroke, or you just can't swim at all. We have the swim complex does that. So there is adult stuff and kid stuff. So we try to go from 6 months old all the way through. We've had our senior games, which is in the spring. We had a gentleman one year from I believe it was from Mitchell County. He was in his 90s. He was blind, and he did the 100-meter dash. He couldn't run. He walked. And I remember we pulled him up there at the Kid Brewer Stadium on campus, and we backed him up, got him as close as we could to the track without getting the cars on the track. And we helped him, and he was a very independent gentleman. He would not let anybody help him. So we had somebody walking, talking to him, so he followed him going down, and we had a chair waiting for him at the other end. But you know what? His spirit, just wanting to do that, was what impressed me. Not that he, could run or what his time was, that doesn't matter. But to have that, so we try to offer a wide variety of programs for everybody out there. And if there's something we don't do, call the office. You can rent a picnic shelter.
Right.
People like I mentioned earlier about the tot lot. It's first come, first serve, but if you want to rent it and you got a birthday party or a wedding reception or just a bunch of friends want to cook out and it's $7.50 an hour, we'll give you a reservation form and you can reserve the picnic shelters there. And we have one at Brookshire, the new Rocky Knob mountain bike course on 421 has some people don't know that, there's a playground and there's a picnic shelter in the back. That's a different design than our other picnic shelters. A lot of people really enjoyed that facility. So there's picnic shelters we got. If you want to rent out horseshoes, volleyball courts, volleyball nets, we have all that to rent out. Also, we try to offer a lot of programs for the community, and without the support of the commissioners, board of commissioners, and the county manager Darren Geock, supporting our program, because without their funding, without paying our salaries and everything else, there is a fee, but when you pay $33 to play soccer, you're going to spend $33 not when you go to dinner. For your kids to play 12 matches or 10 matches or whatever the case may be, and have the fields lined off and lights and everything else is a tremendous thing for our community. So we.
Well, it sounds like you've got a lot to
offer.
Absolutely. And tell people where we can find that information.
A couple of things. You can either, of course, call the office, and it's there on the screen, 828-264-9511. If you want to call the pool directly, it's 264-0270. Also, there's our website, wataugacane.org. If you go to that website, if you go to departments at Parks and Recreation, it opens up the window with all our different programs. And what you can look at is those registration forms. All the forms are in PDF. You can't register online, but if you want to look at the form, we've had more parents that will print it at home, fill it out, and bring it to us. We typically mail you a form if you were last year and try to call you, remind you to get signed up. As far as that goes, and you even get emails nowadays. So you get emails. So there's a lot of different ways to get signed up and get registered with our program and find out anything. And if you see any staff members and we're out and about, ask us a question. We'd be happy to answer your question and try to get you participating.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing this information.
Anytime. Appreciate you.
It.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you guys want to see something funny, come check it out, some softball.
There you go.
In the evenings when our games are on.
Monday
watch me try to hit a ball.
Monday through Thursday, come out to the complex fields and about across New Arm, and you'll see Brittany out there hitting some softball.
Maybe. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day.